So again, we celebrate the inclusivity, the family vibes, the welcoming nature of what cons are.
Yep.
You just want to talk a little bit about your con experience overall?
So my con experience started out with working upstairs at the chainmail booth. So that's what I started doing and getting me into con. Started that about 8 to 10 years ago. And I am bisexual myself and also gender fluid. So my pronouns are she, they. She is my primary. Yes, hi, baby. I know. So I started out just doing free mom hugs.
Okay.
So I had signs up at my booth where I would have that, if your parents don't accept you, I'm your mom now. So I would do free mom hugs, and I would have teenagers come and collapse in my arms. And they would be crying and telling me their stories. And that's something I never share. I never share what anyone tells me. But just to get that little bit of human contact for a few minutes. And every time I give a free mom hug, I always give a piece of motherly advice. So it's the eat your vegetables, or even if you have to smother them in cheese, they're still vegetables.
Yeah.
If you need to deep fry them, don't care. Just get them in your body, or drink water, or it's a con. Remember to take a shower and put on deodorant,
Right.
things like that. So in my experience, cons have been extremely welcoming, extremely friendly. I've interacted with people of everything across the political spectrum, the religious spectrum. Every single one of them I meet with the exact same level of kindness and acceptance, because it hurts me more to hate.
Right.
So if people can hate for no reason, I can love for no reason. And I choose to love recklessly, because that is what's going to brighten other people's days.
Right.
So in my experience, this has been the place where I meet the most people, the highest concentration of people who do the same thing I do,
Right.
who see it the same way I do. And so almost everyone, like my daughter recently came out to me as bisexual, wasn't scared of it at all. And she knew that she would be able to be in an environment here where even if people disagreed with her, they would still love her.
Yeah.
Because that's how these conventions become. We know probably at least a third of the vendors working in this hall and upstairs because it's a community.
Right.
Because we all get to know each other and we all find something in common. And this is one of the only places I've experienced, not specifically Fanboy, but any convention I've gone to, where that seems to be the truth, where you can see people who believe this, but they are at the exact same booth, geeking out of the exact same thing as this person covered in rainbows. It's absolutely beautiful to me. My experience has been very, very welcoming, very, very open. And that anyone who's not, no matter which side they're on,
Right.
they're not welcome.
Right.
If you're not kind to others, you don't get to be part of this inclusive community.
Right. Which is
So-
an extremely inclusive community. So
Yes, very, very inclusive of all types. I mean, you have everything from the zoo over there to celebrities down here to, my buddies over there have got the wood and the prints. You get resellers and mystery boxes. It's just, there's a little of everything for everyone.
Right.
So you can always find a place that you fit in a convention.
Right.
They are kind of just the happy place.
the happy place.
And the conventions are how I started working with the reptile rescue.
That's what I was about to ask. How'd that get started?
So we were working at a convention in Lebanon, and we had seen them a few times, but had never been able to interact. We were always too busy, and so were they. Clearly they're popular.
Yeah.
But one day Sean just walked by our booth, and he had a snake, and he just, "You like snakes?" And I was just, yes, I do. I haven't owned a snake in years. I love them. He goes, "Here you go," throws her on my neck and walks away.
That's how it works.
Yeah. And I had no idea where this snake was supposed to go and how to find him again.
Yeah.
So I've got this snake and I'm like, I need to go figure out where this animal goes. So I go and I find Mindy at the booth. "Is this yours? Is your husband?" She, "Yeah, that's Sean," rolls her eyes. So he just kind of threw her at me. And I just wanted to know where her home is. "Do you need her?" And she goes, "She seems happy with you. You can hang on to her. Now I know where she is."
Yeah.
Well, then their son, who is just a couple months younger than my youngest son, discovered us. He came to come and check on the snake, and we bonded. And he is profoundly autistic and ADHD as well. So social skills aren't really there so
Sure.
much, which I'm ADHD too. So I understand that. He found a safe place with us. So I bonded with Sean over the reptiles, but I bonded with Mindy over our children.
Right.
So it was one of those, you love my babies, I love your babies, let's be friends.
Yeah.
And slowly throughout cons, we would see they were super busy. Whereas the chainmail table, even when we're busy, one person can run that. It's just checkout sales, So I started offering, "Hey, do you need to go to the bathroom or get some food or some water? Go take a break. I can just stand here. Just tell me what I need to tell people until you get back." So it just started as me being a stand-in booth helper occasionally. And a year ago, they invited us to come to Atlanta Comic-Con with them. crazy big con, but they were like, we need more staffers and you can bring your chainmail and put that in our section so you can make money off of it. We did that and it worked so well that we have not done a convention without each other ever since.
That's so great.
So we like to joke and call ourselves snakes on a chain.
I love it.
Normally we're located right next to each other, but at Fanboy with Logistics, they had to separate us, which is why we aren't neighbors this time, which it's fine. We're good.
Yeah.
I need to get my steps in going upstairs anyway.
Right.
But that's how that all started, was just working together and supporting each other, loving each other's kids. And now, thanks to them, in less than a year, I went from 0 to 6 snakes that I own.
Nice.
I'm fostering 6 more, and tomorrow I'll be taking home another one to foster.
Awesome.
But so don't make friends with Ecto Gecko. Your house will explode with reptiles. Zach's over there nodding. So that all started from inclusivity and community and that family mindset. Their kids are now my nieces and nephews.
Right.
We call each other brothers, sisters, siblings.
Yeah.
We are now a chosen family.
Yeah.
This is where so much of my chosen family has come from, is these events and these conventions, because you find people who just understand the life that you live. You know, you're constantly traveling, packing, unpacking, in and out of hotels. And then they say, oh, well, you never get your weekends off. You always work on these weekends. Yeah, but I'm doing what I love.
Yeah, what else would you want to
And
be
I'm
doing?
with my family.
Yeah.
You know, I'm with the people that I come alive with.
Right.
I don't feel like I have to be in that shell. You know, I'm around this other person who's also neurodivergent, who totally gets why I'm blurting out weird things that I can't control.
Absolutely.
It's no judgment. Or if they judge you, it's okay, because you can judge them right back and they don't care.
I find it very cool that so many stories that we're here to celebrate, as far as the, you know, fictional stories, are based around found family.
Yes.
And it seems like cons are the incubator for
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, especially, I grew up as an absolute and total nerd. So Lord of the Rings and Star Wars were 2 of my biggest fandoms when I was growing that. And Mega Man 2, best video game. I will fight people on that. I will die on that hill. It is a masterclass in video game music, but you know, we're digressing here. Thank you. Wily Stage 1, man. But those stories, so much of them are about finding your family, finding your people. You know, I didn't fit in with my family.
Yeah.
They were like this. I mean, most recently in the Andor series, Mon Mothma, finding out how she left the Senate and, you know, chose to put herself in that kind of a position because this cause, this family, this belief means more to her than power or influence or anything. You know, Luke and Leia being family that they didn't even know about and managing to find each other and the family they build around them, you know. And again, the later trilogy, you know, Luke, Leia and Han having split, but still coming together over their son. Family's choice. Yeah. All of these fandoms. Lord of the Rings was my big fandom growing up. And that was all about just that community and the choice to be together and to work for something common together that benefits everyone. Understanding, like the hobbits having to understand, oh, it never comes to the Shire. It never comes to the Shire. Okay, but if you don't do something about this, it will. Understanding you may not be affected now. You shouldn't have to be personally affected by something to care about it.
Absolutely.
So I feel like nerddom, I'm like, how can you not be of that mindset of kindness and inclusivity if you're a fan of Marvel and Star Wars and Lord of the Rings and any of these animes that are all about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely nerddom teaches you love.
Love, exactly.
Love.
Love.
Yep, love and choice. Are you going to face the camera or are you just going to stare at Mom?
How are you feeling?
Where's my rat?
Exactly.
Hungry. This is the garbage disposal. If somebody else doesn't eat their rat, I can just kind of throw one at him and he goes, hey, yeah, thanks. At least he's a polite eater. Some of them strike really hard. He just sort of grabs it by the head and carefully drags it into his hide. And yeah, he's at least a gentleman about it.
So you said you had snakes before all of these snakes,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. I had owned 2 snakes when I was much, much younger and much, much less educated. I am a poster child for what not to do when you own a snake. You don't listen to those pet stores that don't really know what they're talking about, that tell you a snake this size can live in a 10-gallon glass terrarium. And that, oh, if your mouse doesn't get totally thawed when you feed it, that's okay. No, that's not okay. That can actually damage their organs, cause them to regurgitate. And a snake is like a horse. If they throw up, that can mean death. So both of the snakes I had tried to own before ended up regurgitating because I was following bad advice. And after that, I thought, I can't make myself do this again. I don't know what I'm doing.
Mhm.
I don't know how to do this properly. I don't have the resources to help me. So it's been over a decade, I think about 15 years. And then finally I met them and they got me comfortable with it and gave me the education I needed in order to be able to do this again. And now I'm out here with everything I've learned from Mindy. Mindy is Reptile Whisperer. She is incredible. She's
That's what Sean was saying. Yeah.
Yes, she is. She can take the spiciest baby. We've got a red dragon, a red monster bearded dragon, who, when Mindy got hold of her, she literally was hanging off of Sean's finger, biting him.
Mhm.
She was saying, "Hey, has the bearded dragon eaten yet?" He goes, "She's not done," and she's just on his finger. She was so mean that they named her Furiosa. Mindy working with her for just a couple of months, and now we can bring her to shows. She can do photo ops, meet and greets. She can do anything, but she has taught me everything that I know and has made it so that I get to experience this. She thanks me every time we're here. "You do so much for me. You do so much for me." I'm like, "Min, you are my enabler. You think I'm here to help you? No. You're letting me hang out with these amazing animals and learn about them." She's trusting me with some of her personal pets that I am currently fostering because they were dealing with outbreak. You get in a rescue. It's the same with cats and dogs. Some that are infested with fleas, mange, all of that. Well, with snakes, it's snake mites that they can get, and they can pass very rapidly from one snake to another. So when they get one that comes into the rescue that has those mites, they have to keep them quarantined so that it doesn't pass to any of the others. So they had gotten some come in that had them. And so we've been rotating snakes between houses so that I can make sure the ones that need to be quarantined are quarantined. They don't get mites while she does the work of treating others.
Right.
So that's become a really big partnership, but I wouldn't know what I was doing without her.
Right.
She's incredible. And she honestly, she needs to be talked up more. She needs to be more confident because she's kind of amazing.
She was here for just a few seconds, and
well, she doesn't necessarily like being on cameras or talking. I grew up in theater,
right?
And I've done podcasting, I've done voice acting, I've done stage, so this is comfortable for me.
Tell me a little more about that. How was growing up in theater?
Oh, growing up in theater, my first performance, I was 3 years old in preschool. I played a zebra and I was covered in electrical tape, and we called that getting bitten by the theater bug. I even have comedy tragedy masks tattooed on my hip. But grew up doing community theater and dance. I'm a certified dance instructor as well. But yeah, always performing, always on stage. And then I got married and I had kids, and I would try to fit in stage performances in between. But when you've got 3 kids under 6, it kind of gets difficult. So we started, we made friends with some podcasters, literary podcasts, that sort of thing. And we were going to Balticon in Baltimore. So big literary, George R.R. Martin has been a guest there before, so they get some big names. So we were vending chainmail there as well. And we were doing our podcast. We called it the Melting Potcast. It was a writing variety show. So we would do fully voiced short stories. We would do interview segments. They called me, all of our stuff was food puns. So Gus is the head chef and I was the grill mistress because I would interview people. That was my job, was the interviewer. And I also did, I moderated on panels a lot. I love to moderate. So we had a whole lot of friends who were also doing podcasts. I don't know if you've heard Voice of Free Planet X. It's a science fiction podcast. I've done a voice for them. But we would do fully voiced versions of independently written short stories. We would put known literature like Alice in Wonderland and such passages of that through Google Translate many, many times and turn it into a Mad Lib. And so we would do live events at conventions. We would have our own panel and would have people fill in that Mad Lib with us and would do the gibberish versions from Google Translate. But yeah, so voice acting and all that was relatively new to me, and the hardest part about it is I'm a very physical actor. I don't know if you can tell, I talk with my hands a lot. So when I can't move, I don't emote properly. So they finally told me there was one story I just could not get the emotion right in this. The character was pregnant. At that point, I had been pregnant twice. So Gus just goes, "Put your hand on your belly while you record it." My hand goes on my belly, and all of a sudden, I am in tears. I've got all the emotion. Everything's going, and I'm just like, how dare you use me against me? Stop knowing me. But yeah, so we used to do that podcast, but life and work and traveling for conventions all got in the way. But we're both looking into, he's already got a voice acting agent. So he's starting to submit more reels and auditions. I'm starting to get into that.
I'll be sure to ask him about that when we talk upstairs.
Oh yeah, get him. Because we both do accents.
Okay.
And he's more of a character actor than I am. I tend to be more of a narrator and straight actor because he's autistic and his autism makes him drone a little bit more when he narrates. He just kind of gets into a groove. And I'm like, okay, you're going to put everybody to sleep. Need someone a little more dynamic there. And that's why you need the ADHD one for him. But yeah, so we used to love doing recording. We'd love to get back into it. We just need the time for it.
Absolutely. Just to wrap up, do you have a specific con story, whether involving the reptiles or just your growing up in cons, or anything specific you'd like to share?
Like an advice or just something
Anything.
fun or
anything?
Okay, if you want to be a vendor at a con or doing what you guys do, talk to your neighbors. Get to know people. Like if you're a vendor at a con, get to know who your neighbors are. Yeah. Ask them, I'm going to get some food. Do you want me to grab something for you? Or, hey, do you need any scissors? I've got that. Just try to be a really good neighbor. Make sure that you are being what you want everyone around you to be to sure. You. Kind of set that bar. Be the example of how you want to be treated to everyone around you. Whether you're just attending the con or you're a vendor or you're asking for interviews. If a vendor's saying, I'm really busy right now, I don't have time for this. You guys are gracious. I know I don't need to give you that advice. Yeah. Same thing with celebrities. We interact with a lot of celebrities with the reptiles. They do endorsements for us. They'll sign things for us to auction off for the rescue to benefit us. They're human beings. They are people. Talk to them like they're people. You don't have to put them up on a pedestal. You don't make it weird, man. Don't ever try to go for a handshake or anything without them offering it first. The best advice to give is just be the kind of human you want to be around when you come to an event. If you're interviewing, working, talking to a celebrity, put out there what you want to see.
Tell the people where they can find you.
Where they can find me, like online?
Online.
So The Chain Nerd on Instagram and Facebook. If you're looking for me personally, my Instagram handle is Emmelach, EMMELACH. Occasionally I stream on Twitch. I haven't been doing that for quite a while, but I've streamed gaming and that sort of thing as well. But Chain Nerd and Emmelach, those are my names and where you can find me. And I do post pictures of the reptiles as well and celebrity interactions.
You shout out the rescue too. Sean got out of here before I got him to.
That is Ecto Geckos. So ECTOGECKO. And that is our small rescue. And they're run out of our homes and everything we do. We are a nonprofit. All the money goes straight back to keeping the lights on and feeding these babies.
Awesome.
Thank you, Erin.
Yeah, thank you
so much. You guys are awesome.
You're awesome.
You're awesome.
I do my best.
You're doing a great job.
Oh,
I can take her if you need me to, Bubba. Sure, she's been resting.
Okay, she's chill. I'm good.